Hey there. Lately, I've been talking to a lot of people who say that their energy is fading, that they're having a hard time staying present, focused, or even connected to themselves or others. If this is happening to you, it could be your soul signaling for reconnection because in the day to day grind, in trying to help others and trying to get by, you may have lost track with what you need with yourself and the care that your soul is yearning for. For example, you might be going through the motions and still everything feels off. That is a signal that you might be experiencing more than the traditional work stress related burnout. This feeling is your soul asking you to come back home, to take a moment to reconnect with who you are, what matters to you, what's important to you. If this is hitting home, make sure that you hit the subscribe button because in this channel, soul meets science so that clarity can return. Let's talk about burnout from the perspective of soul. Often, burnout is about disconnecting from what matters, from your rhythm, your values, your truth. And when you override that for too long, your energy doesn't just drain, it disappears and you feel depleted. You don't really feel interest in anything. And eventually, even rest will not feel like it's enough because it's not, because you need more than rest. You need to reconnect to yourself. What often happens in our lives, and it's happened to me and it may be happening to you, is that from the outside looking in, everything looks fine because you might be the person who normally has it together for others, supporting them. But on the inside, you need a moment for yourself to not feel so overwhelmed. What's happening is that in all of the management of others and all of the support of others, you stop supporting yourself. That's why your soul could be feeling disconnected. And that's why rest is not enough because if all you do is manage things for others, support others, but never support yourself in how you need it, rest will never be enough. Here's the thing, not everybody needs the same thing. One person, yes, might need sleep. Another person might need quiet time. Another person might need to reconnect to a hobby or something that gives them pleasure. Everybody's different. And that's why coming home to ourselves is important because who we are on a soul individual level is different than the person that might be sitting next to you. We are all souls filled with light, but we also have our own unique signature and preferences. And when you stop trying to push through trying to be the one who holds everyone together, who's always helping everybody but yourself, you'll start to reconnect and find yourself. It's actually your soul speaking through your nervous system. Your nervous system is wired for rhythm, not just productivity. It is wired to have pause, presence, and integration. When we override the rhythm of our nervous system long enough, our system starts to protect us by pulling energy inward and it dims emotional response. It lowers creativity access and dulls our sense of clarity. There is a science to this. A study published in Nature Review Neuroscience in 2013 found that chronic stress impairs the prefrontal cortex. If you are having lack of focus, lack of emotional regulation, this may be why. This also may be why you are feeling foggy, detached, or like your thoughts are slipping. You're not off your game. Your body, your nervous system is trying to protect you from burnout, and your soul is asking you to do something about it, to return to yourself. Now, there are many things that we can do to help with burnout, but today We're going to talk about 3 soul-led resets that you can do to help reconnect you to yourself. The first thing is honor the season that you're in. Ask yourself, what is the season I'm in? Is it growth, stillness, restoration? When we ask ourselves this, it gives us an opportunity to reflect and understand what we need. If you are feeling burnt out, it could be because you need stillness or you need restoration, or maybe you haven't been pushing yourself towards your potential and you've been stunned. And your soul is saying, I want to grow. Stop forcing what is not working and listen to what your spirit is calling. Is your spirit calling for growth, stillness, restoration? Honor the season you are in. The last thing I'll say on that matter is sometimes we want to control the seasons, but our internal seasons are similar to nature. We have winter, we have spring, summer, and fall, and we cannot control which day of winter it will snow or rain, other than it's winter. And we cannot control which day is going to be a sunny, warm day in summer, or what day of the summer is going to be more of a mild day. Yet we try to control it. One of my biggest challenges has been to let go of control, and it's still sometimes a challenge for me. So I understand you, but I can also tell you when I've tried not to force it so much, it flows better. You're able to honor your season. You're able to listen to where you are at. What season are you in? What do you need? Let's use our previous 3 examples: growth, stillness, restoration, or something else. The second thing we can do is come back to your body, not your to-do checklist. Sometimes we need to integrate our body, come back to the body and what your body needs, because your soul communicates through the nervous system and the nervous system communicates to your body. And that's when you feel the exhaustion, the burnout. So we need to come back to the body, be grounded, be embodied. It helps. How do we do that? Through breath work. You could do breath work to stabilize your nervous system. You can do movement. That could be going for a walk, a jog, playing a sport, yoga, whatever it is that works for you. I personally love walking. You might love something else. The thing is that we need to do things that reconnect us to the body. Being physical is a good way to reconnect to the body, as well as breath work. And that moves us towards presence, and it rewires more than you think. When I'm talking about rewiring, we're talking here about the nervous system and regulating it when we're in our body versus the thoughts, the exhaustion, the burnout. We're able to come back home to us, and we're able to listen more to what season we're in and what it is that we need. And number 3, define rest. Rest is not just a physical endeavor, it is emotional, energetic, and spiritual. Something you can do is ask yourself, what makes me feel whole again? That's the kind of rest that restores, not just recharges. So if you need something physical, do physical. Or if you need emotional rest, give yourself emotional rest. What does that mean? Let's say, hypothetically, you might be surrounded by people who energetically drain you. Distance yourself or make sure you have boundaries. It could be something spiritual, it could be prayer, meditation, whatever it is that works for you and your soul asks for. For me, I love to meditate. That's a way that I connect to my spiritual side and speak to creation. It could be something different for you. You could be reading something from the Bible or some other sacred text. Only you know that. Ask yourself, What type of rest do you need? You can test things out. Test how you feel when you give your body physical rest. Test how you feel when you're giving yourself emotional rest, energetic rest, spiritual rest. As you start to do that, you can gauge what it is that you need to feel whole again. What you'll end up finding is that the restoration, the recharge, the alignment, the energy will come back. Somebody else might be saying, you need more work life balance. You just have too much stress. If you're not paying attention to your soul, to the ways that your soul burns out and communicates through your nervous system and your body, no matter how hard you try to create that work-life balance, if you're ignoring your soul, there's a strong possibility that the burnout, that heaviness, that tiredness will not go away that easily. Burnout isn't necessarily about personal failure. It's not necessarily about having too much to do, though those things contribute to it. It's actually about what we're feeling at the level of soul. Yes, if you have been doing too much physically, your soul will say, rest physically. If you've been supporting people too much emotionally, soul will say, pause from all the emotional support you give other people. If you are the one who's constantly the fixer, soul might be saying to you, give them space to learn to fix themselves. Focus on you. Your spirit is asking you, what can we do differently now? Listen to it. When we start to do this, we start remembering who we are and we're able to reconnect to our essence, what it is that brings us joy. What I'd like to invite you to do right now is to be in a quiet space if you can. Close your eyes if it feels safe. If not, soften your gaze and stare at a point at a wall or out the window. What I'd like to ask you to do next is breathe. Take several deep, clarifying breaths in and out so that we can help calm and regulate the nervous system. As you're doing this, I'd like to invite you to do a visualization. Imagine that you're talking to yourself in front of the mirror. Visualize yourself looking deeply into your eyes and really looking deep into your soul as you look into the eyes of you. And ask yourself, what do I need? Do I need physical rest, emotional rest, energetic rest, spiritual rest? The first thing that comes to your mind, that is most likely what you need. Acknowledge it. Thank yourself for telling you the type of rest you need. As you acknowledge this and you keep on breathing in and out, ask yourself next, what does that rest look like? And what does that feel like? Imagine yourself in that space. It could be sleeping, it could be having a time out from people, whatever it is that you need. And as you're there, what does it feel like? Does it make you feel at ease in this restful place? Does it give you energy? Does it bring a smile? What does it feel like? Imagine that and bring it into the body. Anchor it more into the body so that your nervous system starts to feel what it is that you need rest-wise. And so that it understands it and it can recognize it. Continue into this feeling. As you're in this place of visualizing and feeling that rest, Imagine golden light coming into you from the top of your head, going down, 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 down your head, through your neck, down your spine, into your feet. And this light is filling you with love, energy, and more of what you need to receive in this place of rest. Imagine how good it feels and allow those feelings to grow within your body. And you might have a beautiful, soft smile as you imagine this and continue to feel this and let the energy continue to move down, down, down. And imagine that as it's moving down, you're growing roots into the planet and feeling really grounded and stable in your body, in your heart, in your spirit, allowing you to receive the rest and restoration that you need. As you're in this space, continue to deep breathly to welcome the feelings. And as you're doing this, look at yourself one more time in the mirror and say, thank you. Thank you for telling me what I need for restoration. Thank you. And allow yourself to feel more of this in your body. Continue to breathe and stay in this space as long as you need it. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below and say what's one way you're choosing to reconnect with yourself today, or what's the type of rest that you are choosing to do. If you'd like to go deeper, I will be offering personal one-to-one sessions only throughout the summer. The information is in the description below. I also have several free resources, a couple of free e-guides that are in the descriptions, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Until next time, make it a great day.